Hi, how would you like to talk about capital gains today? So, if you're a seller and you're laying in bed and you're thinking, hey, I'm ready to sell my house, and you're moving right along, and then it hits you that capital gains may be something that you want to talk about, have a conversation. Am I going to pay capital gains? What is that going to do to my income taxes at the end of the year? So let's talk about that. So, what are capital gains? Capital gains are the profit that you made on your home. So, let's say, you bought it 20 years ago, you didn't pay a lot for it, and you're selling it 20 years later at quite a profit. So anything in between is considered capital gains. So are you going to have to pay income tax on that? Well, it depends. If you're single, you get an exclusion up to $250,000 if it was your primary residence in the last 2 to 5 years. I think is how it goes. So 500,000 if you're a married couple. That's how much profit that you can have and not have to pay income tax on it at the end of the year. So, does Florida have capital gains tax? Absolutely. So, you may want to talk to your real estate agent about that so that we can plan ahead. We're not CPAs, but we can pretty much know whether you're going to be responsible for that. Is it a second home? Is it an investment property? Those things matter because they're obviously not your primary residence. So, and you also want to keep good records on the things that you may have done to the home so that you can reduce the amount of capital gains by keeping track of some of the receipts that for the upgrades that you've done. Certainly commissions are you know, uh, reduced, and closing costs can be subtracted out of those equations. So there's certain things that we certainly should have a conversation about. So it's nice to know those things up front. So if you're worried about it, we can put your mind at ease, or we can plan for it, and we can help reduce that tax that you may owe at the end of the year. So capital gains are a thing. Capital gains matter. But when you sit at the title company at the closing, that's when the title company asks you certain questions that will determine whether that title company will report to the IRS that amount of money as income to you, or it will go unreported based on how you answer those questions. So certainly we can get ahead of it, we can get up front, we can make you feel comfortable about what's to come. I think a lot of stress comes from the unknown, and if you have questions about it, we certainly can answer them for you. So if you want more information, read the article below. It may help clarify some things for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm always available. My phone number is 352-601-8627. Reach out for me anytime. Again, I'll be happy to help. If at the very least you need a CPA, I work with some really nice people that know exactly what they're doing. So, all right, we're on to the next one. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye bye.